I'm now going to look at the concept of negation, how we negate certain types of sentences. So the first one that we're going to be looking at is verbal sentences. How do we negate them? So we can negate verbal sentences in the three tenses. So in the past tense, the present tense, and in the future tense. How do we negate first of all in the past tense? Okay, so in the past tense we can negate the maldi, okay, and we can also negate the mudari. How do we negate the maldi? We put a ma in front. So the ma plus a maldi verb. Okay, an example of this in the Quran. Okay, Allah says, ما كان من المشركين. So ما كان من المشركين, he was not from the idolaters, he was not from those who committed shirk. The ma is the negator, the kana is the past tense verb, and it negates like that. How do we negate in the by the way, the ma, it will have no effect on the verb. I mean, past tense verb, they're mabni anyway, so they don't get affected by verbs in any particles in any way. How do we negate in the present tense with the present verb to the past tense? We add a lam. Okay, we add a lam to the mudari verb. Okay, so for example, what that lam does is that lam will put the mudari verb into jazm state. So like for example, Allah will say, لم يكن من الساجدين. Okay, so that yakun, okay, that yakun, لم يكن من الساجدين. So the normal verb is yakunu, kana yakunu. Okay, but it's put into jazm state. How do you put this into jazm state? We look at the last letter. Okay, we look at the penultimate letter first. Is it, if it's a wine letter, it's a waw, okay, alif, ya, or a noon. Okay, we cut that off. Okay, and then we give jazm to the end, so it becomes yakun, yakun, like that. Okay, so that's how we make that into jazm. And so there, that lam, what it does, that lam, it affects the yakunu and it becomes yakun. It gives it jazm, so it's a jazm. So that's how we negate in the past tense. Okay, in the present tense, okay, with regards to verbal sentences, we have either a la or a ma. Okay, so you can have a la, okay, and a mudari', or you can have a ma and a mudari'. They do not affect the mudari' in any way. Okay, so they're not, they won't affect the mudari' in terms of state in any way. But what is the difference between the two? La negation, it has the concept of just a normal negation. Okay, he is eating. Okay, huwa ya'kulu, he is eating. La ya'kulu, he is not eating. Simple negation. With a ma, that is used for more when you are in the context of a refutation or a debate. So there's a debate, and then a ma is then brought by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to counter an argument. Okay, important thing to note: do not get this la confused with the la of prohibition or forbidding. Okay, that's something else. Okay, that's the opposite of a command. Okay, so let's have a look at some examples of this. So for example, with regards to la, okay, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لا يؤمنون بالله واليوم الآخر. The la here is a negator. لا يؤمنوا بالله, they do not believe in Allah and in the final day. Okay, so that's a la, negating the present. Okay, there's a connotation of the present. With regards to ma, okay, we have, for example, ma yadurrunaka min shay. Okay, now how would we translate this? Okay, this is not as simple as they will not harm you at all. This is rather, no, they will not harm you at all. So there's that no there. So remember what I said, ma being this concept, a negation with respect to a refutation or a kind of a discussion. Okay, as we can see here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is speaking about harm that is can potentially be inflicted by another party. Allah is saying no, ma yadurrunaka min shay. No, they will not harm you at all in any way. Okay. So that's present tense. Now finally, future tense. How do we negate the future? So obviously, with regards to future, we're only looking at mudari here, because obviously madi, it connotes towards the past, so we can't negate the past tense to the future. Okay, but we can negate obviously the mudari, because the mudari within it contains the present future. In order to do this, we have the particle lan. Okay, and the lan and the mudari, it will negate towards the future. But in particular, the lan, what it does is it affects the mudari and it gives it nasab state. So it's a nasab giver. Okay, it gives the nasab state. Okay, so an example like this is in Surah Al-Baqarah. لن نصبر على طعام واحد. Okay, so نصبر means we are patient, we are being patient. على طعام واحد, upon one type of food. Okay, لن نصبر, so normally it would be نصبر. Okay, that's the normal state. نصبر. Okay, what does the lan do here? It affects it such that it gives it a fatha, gives it nasab. So lan nasbira ala ta'amin wahidin. We will not be able to be patient. We will not endure, we will not have the patience with one type of food. Okay, this is like that.